Some of the packs featured in this video were given to me for free by the EA Creator Network. Thank you to EA for providing me with the free game codes. Hey everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have a part 3, I believe it is, of Lovestruck. And it's been a while since I've hopped in to film, but I remember that we are working on the 7 wild dates. We've officially done 2. So I think today we're going to try and see how many we can get done and see if we can possibly get all 7 completed in this part. So I think we might go ahead, take a look at some of her matches. Now, some of these are ones that we've already, matched with and seen in the last parts. So I will probably go ahead and refresh. But I just want to see if there's anybody that possibly catches my eye. I feel like Jules might be kind of fun. Materialistic is not that good of a trait, but ambitious is. And then we have Penny, who I adore. So let's go ahead and we will add Penny in here too. And then we can go ahead and refresh and see if we can find anybody else that might catch our eye. We have Johnny. I like Johnny Zest. I feel like this may be a little bit of a hot take, but I feel like he's kind of fun. Okay, nobody else is catching my eye yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody else that's necessarily catching my eye. So I think we're just going to look through the saved category that I have and pick out of here for a potential date. And I feel like Penny might be fun. So let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and create a date with Penny. And we can see if we can get date number 3 done. But this is probably going to be a bit of a slightly longer video, possibly, because it's been a while since I'll probably get lost in this. So I highly recommend going ahead and pausing to grab a snack or a drink if you have not already. And we're just going to add some of this stuff in. I feel like woohoo's not a bad one to do whenever it comes to Penny, because there's no possibility that we end up pregnant when it comes to Penny. So I think we're going to go ahead and do this, and then maybe we will go ahead and go to the nightclub or lounge. Let's do the nightclub. I don't think we've been here yet. Well, maybe we have. I don't entirely know. Okay, so we have arrived and we're not necessarily in an outfit that I would deem as acceptable for going on a date with a Penny Pizzazz. So maybe we'll do the little black dress. None of her party outfits feel like they're the right vibe, so let's do the little black dress. And then we'll go ahead and start working on some of these. So let's go ahead and maybe we will do the silly interactions. First, we'll do an impression. And we have to play a board game and talk about woohoo. Honestly, not too difficult. I feel like we can definitely do that. We'll go ahead and get the silly stuff out of the way. The only options I have are impressions. And then we can go ahead and discuss woohoo in books. I don't know if Penny would necessarily be the type to read, but we'll see. And then we'll talk about woohoo. We have to woohoo, which is interesting. Kind of a little bit early for that. But I feel like we could maybe make it work. Let's just go ahead and socialize with her a little bit more. I'm curious what her identity and orientation are. Masculine Sims, masculine Sims. Okay. So this might not play out super well, but we can always try. So we're just gonna let them socialize. Maybe we will go ahead and do a rose. I feel like that might work. And then we can go ahead and grab some chips because we do have to go ahead and eat something. She's not super hungry, so I feel like chips are an okay option. Okay, so we found out that Penny's romantic, and now Penny's over here kissing her hands and being kind of flirty back. Maybe there's a little bit of a vibe here because they're just kind of hanging out and talking and doing their own things. But okay, can we just go ahead and grab these chips so I can get that done? I don't know if there's going to be any sort of like board game or cards here. There might be darts, but I feel like that probably isn't going to be a thing at a nightclub. But we can talk about stars. Let's see, where is small talk? Um, okay, let's go ahead. We'll talk about the stars and just kind of keep doing whatever we possibly can to work towards a perfect date. She's over here thinking about woohoo, so she's got one thing on the mind and that's it. But let's go ahead and maybe kiss her hands, which should count as light physical intimacy, so I have a good timing there. And then the only option I have is woohooing in the venue closet. Maybe we will go ahead and do a risque question just to see if I can expand on the physical intimacy a little bit more, just so we're not immediately hopping right into woohoo. But maybe we will see if we can go ahead and woohoo in the closet. Are we up for it? Apparently, yes. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be Delaney's first woohoo. So, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of iconic to have your first woohoo with the Penny Pizzazz of all Sims. Right, let them do this. This is a new interaction that we have not seen, but we're getting a woohoo out of the way. And I'm sure it's probably, going to be hopefully a decent boost when it comes to the date bar, I'm hoping. This is a long interaction. Okay. That was a lot longer than I thought it would be. And it's still not quite at silver, but that's okay. Can we just, like, interact with her a little bit? And then, why are the only physical intimacy ones I have woohoo? Okay, maybe we'll go ahead and do some stories instead. I think that might be a good idea. Because at least that way we're still making progress. So let's just keep this going. We'll get a dramatic story and the engaging story out of the way. And hopefully this checks it off that we can reach silver. We might actually have to extend this date. This one seems to be kind of going by a little bit quickly, so we might have to do that. But let's go ahead and see, do I have any... Maybe we'll just throw in like a few little flirts. See if we can extend the physical intimacy to something different whenever we're not just stuck at like a pleasant conversation. So maybe we'll just throw... I'm gonna do a confess attraction. I don't know if that's my smartest idea, but we can at least, try to build it up a little bit here. That it's not just stuck on pleasant conversation. Let's see. Okay, so we're still stuck at woohoo though. That's fine. Okay, well now we're up to a suggestive conversation. There we go. Now we have some more options. Let's go ahead and we will do an embrace. Why did you cancel that out on me? I feel bad because she's tired, but we need to have a perfect date here. So can you please go ahead and do an embrace? Alright, so she is meant to be doing an embrace. She's not entirely, like, listening to me, I don't think. Or maybe she did. But we are going to go ahead and grab some chips, and we also have to talk about food. So that is a small talk option. Talk about nutritious food as if we're not going ahead and grabbing chips here in a minute. But that's fine. We're just going to try and do what we can. We do very badly need to actually extend this date though, or else I don't think we have a chance in having a perfect one. So that's a little bit scary. Let's go ahead and see if we can extend the date. I tried to cancel out her going to get food. So this might mess me up because we don't have time to be going up and down stairs like this. Okay, we have more time. I feel a bit better about that. So we now have 2 hours. I feel like we can do this. Now, where is this? There's a game up here? I was hoping she was going to take me over to it. Apparently, that's not the case. Oh my goodness. All I had to do was scroll over just a tiny bit. Let's go ahead and we will play Woohoo with Penny and Carlos. See if we can get the board game out of the way here. I feel bad though because Delaney is so tired. But we're just going to go ahead and let them do this game. And we now have to eat something. We have to star or sky gaze and tell a story. Let's see. Maybe we'll see if we can queue up a story. It might interrupt because they are technically still in the game, even though I canceled Delaney out of it. So remind yourself to not do the game interactions with more than 2 people. And then maybe dates will be a little bit more successful. But let's just see if we can go ahead and tell a story. If not, I'll just send her downstairs to get food. But we're having that blinking red light on the time again, and it is slightly stressing. Okay, so we just went ahead and we ordered some chips. And okay, so ordering chips was enough to get me into the gold date category. Well, I feel better about that. She's going ahead and using the bathroom. And if the date goes ahead and, clocks out, that's totally fine by me. It's a perfect one, and we are falling asleep on the bathroom floor. But we got a get to know you date complete with the gold medal. But I think we're gonna go ahead and send her home, so that's 3 out of 7 done. And we will go ahead and pick up. Okay, so we just got a promotion. I am having her work from home today, but we got some more money, which is always very nice. But we are doing decently. But okay, so she's awake finally. She's over here doing some research. We are now up to level 5. We can suggest back-to-back woohoo and recap woohoo, which is interesting. But I'm gonna have her take care of her needs here. Okay, so we just got the 2 hours of researching intimacy done. So she can go ahead, take a bathroom break, get some food, and just take care of her needs a little bit. She is running low on energy, but that kind of happens whenever you're out late on a date. So we'll just let her do what she needs to do. Hi, Penny. Getting a promotion. Go for it. Okay. So she's just gonna go ahead and grab some salad. I believe this one's kind of really bad quality, but food is food, and I don't really care. She just needs to eat something, and we should be good to go. And then I have to work on relationship advice, so maybe we will go ahead and invite over Father Winter again. Because I don't feel as bad about, like, ruining that relationship. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll see if we can get him to come over. And maybe check the mail in the process. I don't remember where the mailbox is. It's right here. Nothing. Perfect. Okay. So Father Winter is on his way over. I should probably get you to change your outfit into something a bit more appropriate. And we just have to go ahead and give relationship advice, which is pretty easy to do. So let's do that. Why did you cancel that out on me? Okay, try this again. Where we go ahead and give Father Winter some advice that he doesn't want. Give unsolicited love advice is all we have to do. So let's see how this goes. Okay, and this should be enough for the workday. Alright, so work is done. She's getting tired, so I'm gonna let her go ahead and get some sleep. And the next time we pick up, it will be a date with somebody. Okay, so ironically we just got this phone call if she was headed to bed. This guy, I don't like him. They don't get along that well, like, impressions went very well, but maybe it'll make good content for the reality show. Okay, so she is finally getting to the point of having enough sleep that we are going to go ahead and call up that guy and go on a date with him. I'm going to stick it with like a get to know you date. Romantic date seems a little bit much. So I think we'll stick to the get to know you dates. We'll queue some of this stuff up. Absolutely not doing any sort of woohoo here. I think that should be enough. Maybe we will just go ahead and go right back to the nightclub. Okay, so we've arrived at the nightclub. We have to socialize, small talk, eat, and a light physical intimacy. Not bad. We can do that. So let's go ahead and get to know him. We'll just, start off light. And I don't love how high the relationship bar is. It's very odd to me. But let's go ahead and just, ask about favorite color. She just went ahead and like kissed him right on her own. So that's kind of eh. I don't like him. I truly don't. But let's go ahead and we'll do maybe like a little bit of an embrace because that should be another light physical intimacy. And then we can go ahead and be silly with him. Let's do an impression. Maybe she knows that she's got to lay it on a little bit thick when it comes to the reality shows. But let's go ahead and we'll tell a joke about motions. And then we do have to go ahead and do something else that's silly, so we'll just go ahead and lay back another impression. And then eat and drink something. We can do both of those at the same time. So let's go ahead and grab some chips. And then we'll also probably go ahead and grab a nectar. That tends to be what I go for with her. So let's order a drink. We'll do a plumberry nectar. And then we can get two of those goals out of the way. But yeah, like, she thinks he's very full of himself. Like, she always gets angry when she's around him. So I wouldn't say that's a very good start to a quote unquote relationship. But maybe let's go ahead and just do the small talk here. We'll talk about nervousness about intimacy, I guess, because that's the very first thing I see popping up. Carlos, are you always just like stomping around? I feel like he's always in a bad mood. But let's go ahead, we'll do some little floats, which we can do, thankfully, while we're sitting down and eating and drinking. So that should be pretty easy. I'm just gonna kind of try to queue up what I can. Okay, so share interest float, we can do that. I know that we can go upstairs and play that game, but I kind of want to focus on the ones that I can get done decently quick, so we will go ahead and discuss interests. And romantic satisfaction changed. Oh no. Become romantic partners. No, thank you. I'm okay. That's, I don't know. I get that they do have like a decently high romance, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. So let's just go ahead and keep doing what we can to increase this date, even though he's in like a terrible mood now. So that's my fault. But we're just going to try and focus. I feel like we're not doing bad. Like, based on the amount of time left on this date, I think we've kind of aced this one pretty quick. So let's just go ahead and finish these stories up. And maybe we'll throw in the physical intimacy small talk, and that should be enough. So we might get to end this date early, depending on how all of this goes. But I'm thinking we might be able to end one early. Okay, come on, Delaney, get through this. Everybody's coming in because Thorin and Bailey's over here now. Alright. Are we telling a story? Is that why we're taking so long? Did we skip over the physical intimacy part? Let's just go ahead and tell another engaging story then. Are you kidding? Look at how close that bar is to being filled. That's just mean. Okay, get through this little story here so we can move on. Well, we increased the charisma skill, so at least we have that going for us. But maybe we'll see if we can go ahead and introduce ourselves to Thorn. Highly doubt that this is going to go very well. I don't tend to have great first reactions when it comes to the celebrities in this game. So we'll see how that goes. But maybe we'll just, attempt an introduction and then I feel like we don't necessarily need to do anything else. I don't know. Yeah, that introduction did not go well. I didn't expect anything different. So maybe we'll just go ahead and see what we can do. See who else is around here that we could maybe line up for some future dates. But this should be a date number 4 that is perfect. So that makes me feel a little bit better. We do have Makoa over here. Makoa's a pretty cute sim. So maybe we'll see if we can do like a small little flirty introduction with him. Um, is this to tell me that he's now mad because of jealousy? And now we have a fear of being alone? And she wants to flirt with Bess. Okay, well, maybe it might be smart for me to potentially, end this date here because things are possibly going to go a little bit not great. Apologize for flirting with another. Oh my goodness. This is one of those it's not that serious moments. Where did he disappear to? Obviously, he is still on the lot, but now he's really sad. Nope. This is absolutely not going to be Delaney's match. But Makoa is married anyways, so there's not much I can do there. But can we focus the camera on him? Oh, he went upstairs. To hang out with Eliza Pancakes and Carlos. What an interesting group we have going on here. Let's just go ahead. We'll go ahead and end the date cheerfully. Because I believe if you end it abruptly, it doesn't count. So we're going to stick with the cheerful end of date. And hopefully this one, checks off and we can move on. Alright, so we are officially going on another date. I went ahead and skipped a little bit. But we are going on a date with somebody that we matched with on Cupid's Corner. So let me just go ahead and, do all the exact same stuff. I kind of wish they had like a preset option where you could save the way that you want to like set up dates. I think that would be a good idea. But we are just going to go ahead and head to, let's do the park. Alright, we have arrived at the park and here is our date right here. So this is Jules. And we are going to initially start off talking about physical intimacy on TV because that'll work towards the small talk and the talk about physical intimacy at the same time. And then maybe we can go ahead and let's go ahead and ask about career. I think that might be a good idea. And then we can go ahead and be silly. We'll do an impression. And maybe we'll go ahead and talk about, you know, some other stuff here. We'll tell a joke and focus on being funny to the best of the ability we have. And then jump in and discuss some interests. Okay. Um, silly behavior. We'll go ahead and do another impression. Thankfully, being funny is pretty easy, so I just have to kind of wait that out. And then we do have to do some light physical intimacy, but we'll also go ahead and throw in another discuss interest in the middle of this. Okay, so that should be the silliness and the shared interest off of the table, as long as they both, go through and don't cancel out. And then we do have the embrace options and the kiss hands option. So both of those should count. Okay. We'll go ahead and talk about physical intimacy again. We also have to go ahead and talk about games. So we can do that. Um, let's see. Talk about favorite games. All right. So we are up to silver already. And then we can go ahead and be affectionate. Let's go ahead and we'll just do like a small confess attraction. And let's see. We'll do a deep conversation at the same time. Not too bad. I feel like this date's going a lot smoother than the one that we just had. but nobody's necessarily like catching her eye. There hasn't been anybody she's super attracted to yet. So I'm kind of curious to see who that ends up being. They know their worth. Does she like egotistical Sims? Sure. Why not? Okay, let's go ahead and we'll throw in another affection. We'll do a little bit of a sexy pose. And then we also have to go ahead and do some more light physical intimacy, apparently. Okay, let's do an embrace. We don't have an option for anything else. So embrace is fine. And maybe we'll just go ahead and throw a little bit of a flirt in there to see if I can unlock some other interactions. I could also just maybe queue up 2 embraces. I feel like that might be okay. Maybe he, won't hate that. It seems to be fine. What's up, Penny? Got the promotion. And now she's a reality show contestant. Little does she know she was on a reality show with us. Okay, these two are like broken. All they want to do is embrace each other all of a sudden. So let's go ahead, we'll do some more silly behavior. Okay. And then maybe we'll throw another story in here. I feel like it's not too bad. It's a lot of like repetitiveness, but otherwise not terrible. The stories tend to take a little bit longer, so let's see if we can get those both out of the way. But we're up to a gold date already, so I technically don't even have to do anything else. So, but I kind of want to see if we can maybe play this game together, but it's going to tell me that they are too far away. So maybe we'll just go ahead and sit over here together. Okay, let's see. Finish telling your story. It's talking about something to do with bats. I don't know what's going on. Oh. Well, Jules actually very badly needs to use the bathroom. So maybe. Neutral amazing compatibility. I think this might actually be where we end this date. There's nothing like a spark between the two of them. They had a perfect date though. So I think we're going to go ahead and end this date so that I'm not wasting a bunch of time. And now Jules can go ahead and use the bathroom. Okay, so we've arrived at our next date, and this is Johnny. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of small talk. We'll talk about games, because that's one of the things I have to do anyways. And then we'll do, maybe we'll go ahead and ask Johnny about his career. And then we can go ahead and talk about interests. We also have to go ahead and be silly. I queued this up just very similarly to the previous dates that we've had. So everything is a little bit repetitive, but it makes it fairly easy for me, I guess. But okay, so we learned that Johnny has the comedy skill. Let's go ahead and do an impression. And I guess we'll go ahead and do 2 impressions because I don't like the funny gift one. And then we'll go ahead and maybe kiss Johnny's hands for a little bit of light physical intimacy. And then see if we can maybe throw an embrace in there too. But we have a level 3 comedy now. Okay. And then maybe we'll just see like a little bit of a pickup line. Why is he embarrassed? Okay, something's not going well. And I don't know what it is. Okay, can we maybe just like, I don't know, something's not right. Oh, Johnny identifies as gay romantic. Okay. That's going to make this date a lot more difficult than I expected it to be. So we're just gonna go ahead and grab some chips. I can at least get that off the board. But I'm not going to be able to do anything flirty or like it's gonna be a little bit more difficult now. So we're gonna see how this goes. And yeah, I don't know how I'm going to go about this. I'm gonna have to like be very strategic with what I choose to do. But let's just go ahead and keep being funny. That seemed to go well earlier. But like the romance bar is yikes. Maybe we'll see if we can do a little bit of a smooth recovery. I don't know if that's going to work, but we can try. But I think these two are definitely only meant to be friends. Because this is, yeah, this is going to be difficult. Okay, let's go ahead and discuss interests. And we'll do both of those back to back. We're up to silver, so I might be able to pull this off, but I will be surprised if I do. I'm not even going to lie. Okay. And then we'll come over here and we can grab a drink. We'll do some apple nectar, I guess, since that's the very first one that popped up. Hi, Bess, I can't currently go anywhere. I'm on a date. That is pretty much a dumpster fire. Okay, get that drink. Hopefully, you know, that helps the mood and makes her feel a little bit better. Have your drink. Okay, so now we have to share interests again. So let's do that. We'll go ahead and just queue up. We have a share excitement button. I have never seen this. What the heck menu is this? Okay, well, I know Judith is here. And I'm just kind of curious to see what this does. But she needs to go to the bathroom so bad. Okay. That wasn't a whole lot of anything. Go ahead, go use the bathroom. But yeah, they have like a negative romance bar. So let's just go ahead and discuss interests whenever you're done going to the bathroom. He's going into the bathroom himself to give himself what looks like a pep talk. So let's just go in here. We'll discuss interests. Oh, he's outside now. So he likes romance music, it seems. And that was a negative something with comedy. Okay, let's just go ahead and keep discussing interests here. Share deep thoughts. My deep thoughts currently are about how bad this date's going. Let's go ahead and I guess discuss healthy relationships. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of options here. But Johnny's still feeling incredibly embarrassed. And we'll do one more deep thought. Let's just. None of these feel right. And I'm just gonna go with ask if mermaid as a joke at this point. Because we need to just wrap this date up. Mermaid, what gave you that idea? Okay. Well, either way, it's a gold date, which I would have never expected. That was not a good date at all. But let's just go ahead and end the date cheerfully. And then we can just go ahead and move on. Okay, let's wrap it up. There we go. That date is complete. We officially have 6 out of 7, so now she's 10th. Okay, so I was out and about and officially came across the ring bell. And Ashley told me to keep my eye out for the ring bell. And this is somehow the very first time I've seen the ring bell in my own like playthrough. I have my own personal save and then I have this one. And I have not seen the ring bell in either of them up until now. So we're going to go ahead and ask the ring bell about their sadness. What's up? Um, lost my ring in a nearby. Okay, so we need to fish. We can do that. But let's just go ahead and do a pity hug. Alright, so we just went ahead and introduced ourselves to Nox. We have first impression crush and first impression are both positive, which kind of surprises me a little bit. But what are we thinking? Maybe we'll go ahead and see if we can go ahead and create a date. Nox can be, the very last date. So we'll go ahead and do a get to know you date. Will be romantic, friendly, funny, drink, food, physical intimacy, board game. And I'll just keep it right here. We're already at the lounge. Why load in anywhere else? Okay, so Nox, we already have a romance buzz somehow. Because I did a romantic introduction. Never mind, that's why. But let's just go ahead and interact with Nox. And we can go ahead and ask about taste in music. See if we can get the interest out of the way. And then we'll go ahead and be silly. We'll do an impression. I can't believe how tense she is. Like spooky music, okay. Let's go ahead and I don't see anything that has to do with talking about food right yet. So let me check that menu again. Okay, talk about nutritious food. And then we can go ahead and be silly with another impression. And then maybe we will come over here and play woohoo or thumbs up. Let's do woohoo. Let's learn a little bit more about Nox. And it's still fairly early enough in the date. She didn't do that second be silly interaction I told her to do. Okay, let's just forward it through this a little bit. Likes purple clothes. Okay. Let's do an impression whenever we're done with this game. I didn't know that this gives you romance. Alright, let's just keep this going. Alright, that's a lot of turn-offs. Funny Sims is one of them, so jokes is probably not a good idea on my end. But I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to end up with a perfect date. Even if it means that things don't go absolutely perfect. Okay, game is done. Let's go ahead and we'll throw in just a casual little flirt. And then we can go ahead and do an impression. And then we'll do another flirt of some sort here. Maybe we'll do a risque question. I think that might work okay. And then we have to eat and drink, which is pretty easy. So let's come over here. We can go ahead and grab some chips. And then we can also go ahead and order the plumberry nectar. Because that will mark off 2. We're very close to being silver. There we go. Talk about drinks. That's easy. Let's do... Talk about drink euphoria. Okay. And then we have to share deep thoughts. It'll be, slightly physically intimate. But that's pretty easy. She does need to go to the bathroom. But let's see if we can maybe get some of these deep thoughts. Let's go ahead and do a deep conversation. One of those options was discuss expanding the family. So that tells you that things I think are going pretty well between these two. Loves the outdoors. Okay, let them talk. See what else we can get up to here. She's very badly got to go to the bathroom. So, yes, I know. Go, go, go. And then we'll come back. We'll do another deep thought conversation here. And do I just go ahead and do... Let's just see if we can do just one more, actual deep conversation. And then... Physical intimacy. See if we can maybe throw an embrace in there. He's just like casually waiting for her to return. Can you hurry up, please? Thank you. Because we are starting to run out of time. Okay, now I'm slightly nervous that we are not going to get there. Um, for the sake of my own, sanity that we are going to ace this date, I'm going to see if we can extend it a little bit. And then let's go ahead and just for the quickness of the interaction, we're going to ask Nox if he's a mermaid, even though we know he's not. And we officially have reached the gold date. So we have mastered 7 perfect wild dates, and wild is definitely not a underselling of the amount of events that Delaney has went through in these dates. But there we go. They just went ahead and had their first kiss, and Dustin Bloke got in the way, but she is still feeling tense. You can tell she's kind of like slightly grumpy right now. But I think this might be a good time to go ahead and maybe wrap up this date. And how are things going between these two? What are we thinking? Okay, so neutral. Okay, so not a whole lot of like anything. She doesn't care all that much. Alright, let's go ahead and come over here and end the date cheerfully so we can say that we've officially completed these 7 wild dates. And there we go. So we are now a 1-star celebrity, 2-star celebrity. I didn't know we got fame from this. 3-star celebrity. Oh goodness. But okay, so we officially completed it. She's now a B-lister, which I was not expecting, but she's got a bunch of moods going on. And I think we just got some money out of that too, which is nice. But I think this is going to be the perfect time to wrap up this episode. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, go ahead and subscribe. I post typically 2 to 3 times a week right now. If you are already subscribed and want notifications for when I post, hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, lovelies!